Hey, welcome back. 901 Street Kings. It's Ronzo. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys a new little thing I bought here. Wideband 02. Got the R1 sitting right over there. She is running great because of this wideband. If you guys watched some of my previous videos, and I know it's been a hot minute since I made one, I've been kind of busy, and it's a lot of work to make these videos, and I just feel like no one really cares. You get on YouTube, there's a lot of douche wagons out here who know everything already. Somebody wants to make a comment or whatever, but for those of you that keep making videos on YouTube, I learn a lot, I enjoy it, so I appreciate it. And those of you that are trolls, hope you trip and smash your face. But not for real though. I've been playing with the R1. I haven't been able to tune on it. Tune it, as you know, should know. If you didn't know, I'm telling you now, and you can go watch another video. I put the Commander 5 and the secondary module, no timing. So current as she sits, we have a air filter, a 3/4 exhaust, power Commander 5, and some levers and some cosmetic stuff. But as far as the engine performance, I do have the AIS blocked off inside the airbox. Some of y'all might be aware, Brand Tuning has came out with a flash for the 2020 R1. It's not currently available to the public, but I would say within a month, those dudes going to be on it. So, the lack of a flash, I really want to tune my own bike because it's just something that, you know, I've always tuned my own cars in the past, and it's something that I really wanted to get into. And tuning the bike is something that I want to do, but man, let me tell you, finding a dyno around here has been quite a challenge for a motorcycle. DynoJet's website lists a bunch of their vendors, and I haven't worked for a couple of those vendors, and they don't have a motorcycle dyno, even though it says they're a dyno facility. They probably have a DynoJet dyno, but they won't do a motorcycle or an ATV. So I did find one shop here locally. I called the guy, he said give me about a month. It's been about a month, but I haven't really had, life gets in the way sometimes, right? It's summertime, I've been busy doing stuff. So anyway, I bought this Innovate Wideband 02. I previously had a AM, and if I zoom in up there, this thing will focus. Anyway, yeah. On top of that cabinet over there is an AEM wideband. I used to tune my FZ07. I've had it for a while. And I'm going to go ahead and open this box here. What I did buy, also to go with the AEM wideband from Innovate, was this little thingy-mobobber here. And your O2 sensor screws down in here. This goes up in your tailpipe. And you clamp this down onto your tailpipe, and you're supposed to get an AFR reading. To be perfectly honest, this thing doesn't work very well. Here's the deal though on this. And yeah, I just ramble in my videos because there's a lot of things that I want to cover. Your O2 sensor needs to be grounded. When it's in your car, it is grounded from the body. If you try to screw this onto plastic or some whatever else, and if you have a motorcycle, you probably have some composite or carbon or whatnot. I can't tell if this camera's focusing or not. Anyway, I had to remove the tailpipe screw this onto the actual metal pipe that was coming out of the bike, and it did work. It did work. So I mean, it does work. I'm just not, depending on your application, this may or may not work. Ideally, what you want to do is you buy a wideband O2. You see this one's still in the wrapper. It comes with a bung hole, a bung, and you would drill a hole and weld this into your pipe. If you have a car, you may already have some sort of bung in there. If you buy an Akrapovic or some super high-end exhaust, a lot of those, they will come with a standard automotive style O2 bung in it, and you can use that. However, with motorcycle, didn't come with that. I didn't particularly care for this bung. The one that came with my AEM had a, I should have showed that. Come with that. The reason I went with the Innovate is my AEM quit working. I would always get an error, so I don't know if it's the sensor that is bad or the gauge, the wiring, but it was kind of flim-flam anyway when I did use it, to be perfectly honest. So I bought the Innovate. It has a couple more features, and it's actually a touch cheaper than the AEM, if I remember correctly. So you can see I have some wiring set up here on this. It comes with a little 9-pin for data logging, and then it comes over here with the O2 sensor itself, but this is the cabling that goes with it. What I did to tune the R1, I'm just going to put this right up here in this pipe. See, I'll get a good look at this. This sensor comes with a buttload of wire. If you look at the old AEM sensor, and they're both Bosch sensors, right? The sensor itself is the same. The cabling, however, is short, so you may have to address that with some cable ties or whatever. But anyway, what I did was I took this tubing that I was used for an old antenna project for a radio. What is that, 1 inch, 1.5 OD, something like that. I welded that bung in there, and don't talk trash about my welding. I did that with a flux core. This is also, damn it boy, galvanized. Holy crap. So this is galvanized, so when you weld galvanized, you don't really need to breathe those fumes, but you need to take a wire wheel grinder, grind it off. We all know the flux core sucks. That's all I have besides a big stick welder, which my friend is actually borrowing. But that ain't too bad of a weld, and I don't care what it looks like. It's actually airtight. So yeah. So I made this little deal. Let me show you because I'm kind of proud of it. You could do the same thing for your bike or your go-kart or whatever. It's very similar to the sniffer on the dyno, and then you can run your cable however you want to. I did a little short, if you follow me on the gram, I did a little short video on this. I took a strap just to put some tension on that, but as you can see, you're getting all the way down in the pipe. It worked excellent. It does work excellent. So what I did, stuck that pipe and wired the O2 sensor up. I got this little switch right here, off and on. Use on it if you want. I just ran the switch. I'm not even going to BS you. Hooked it positive and negative to my battery, and I controlled it with the switch. Turn it on, start the bike up, you get an O2 reading, you go drive it, you see what your AFRs are. Still kind of need a dyno to be 100% honest, but I wanted to tune it on the street. The streets where you drive it the most, that's where you're going to be doing your racing, more than likely for most of y'all. So, yeah, you tune it on the street. Now, the deal with, I was going to break out my laptop for this video, but, and I might better do that, but let me just explain to you what I'm talking about. Motorcycles use a narrowband O2 sensor. They're shooting for stoichiometric. With the case of this R1, that stupid thing idles around 17, 18 to 1. I mean, it's lean. That Yamaha's trying to get it lean so it doesn't have emissions, and they're passing this Euro 4 or whatever kind of mumbo jumbo that's implicated for these bikes. Yeah, that leads me into certain areas of cruise, 10-15% throttle. You're not going to tune that with a power commander. You're just not. It doesn't do it. You need a flash. However, when you do give it throttle, wide open throttle, and when you're getting on the gas, those areas you can tune. I can show you that on the screen, what areas those are. Yeah, so what I did was I used the Akrapovic full system map, and that map is actually quite rich for my bike. Now that's obviously not an Akrapovic, it's a knockoff. Austin Racing, but this is a very big pipe. I don't like the way it sounds as well as I did the Kaufmans in there. That Kaufman sounded so amazing. As you can see, this has a little H-pipe in there, right behind the oil pan. One thing I discovered, and I'm not a, this is my first R1, so if you get to looking at the headers on this bike, the stock ones, shit, now I'm gonna lie to you. Let's see if I can get some light on it. Yeah, so all the cylinders are connected with pipes in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, so they're trying to get a little scavenging and some mid-range, some low end out of those pipes by connecting them. I'm not an engineer, I don't know if that H-pipe down there is helping. It may not. I really don't think it would hurt. It may make it sound, this thing has a very bassy tone to it. So yeah, anyway, yeah, I'm not an engineer, but I do know that the Akrapovic, according to everybody that has one and the dyno charts, and looking at the, I'm so out of contrast, looking at the tune, those headers or that exhaust system picks up a lot in the mid-range. It don't gain a whole lot on the top, so it does gain some mid-range. Looking at that map, it's very lean in certain areas in the mid-range. So I had to remove some fuel from my map, and I had to remove, and I'm also in that map, let me back up, that map is also for only running one controller. You're only controlling the lower injectors with that. I have the secondary fuel module, so my map looks a lot different now. I had to pull some fuel out of it. I'm only adding about average 2-3% fuel on the top end, and it's hitting dead nuts 13 to 1, 12.9 AFRs pretty much everywhere right now, except in that stupid area that you can't control the power commander, and then it's whatever Yamaha wants it to run. So yeah, anyway, the Innovate worked out great for me. The little pipe worked out great. So if you guys happen to get one of these, you could weld the bung into your exhaust, and it comes with a bolt to plug it, and do it that way. My exhaust didn't have that, and I didn't want to. I initially was going to drill and have this bung welded in at a professional shop, so it'll be nice and beautiful. And then I said, to hell with that. I can make this same shit right here in my shop, because that's kind of what my channel is about, is installing, reviewing things. So I made this, shove it in the pipe. You can see some clearance there. The tip, it works outstanding. So yay for Innovate. I would give this 5 stars. The gauge is pretty easy to read. The problem with a bike is, I did a little bit of research, I don't know who makes a gauge holder. I zip tied the thing so that I could read it and see my RPMs, and then of course you have to know where your throttle is at, and you have to do, you know, it's kind of rough edge tuning. So that's why I still say you need a dyno, because DynoJet doesn't make an app. Well, shit. What you really would need is what I would want to tune that bike is a tablet. I have a tablet, but it's not Windows based, so you need Windows to run it. I think I could run a tablet and set it down right here on this tank, strap it. I would come up with a way to do it. Hell, I would make something off this ball mount. I would figure it the hell out. My problem is I'm using a laptop. Putting a laptop up here and going down the road at 100 miles an hour, full pulls, kind of stupid. Probably going to end up losing my laptop and my tune and just being pissed off. So you got to use your brain and some paper. I used my GoPro cell phone and I would video the run. You have to keep in mind what your throttle position is. And like I said, it's kind of a broad tool to do some tuning, but if you want to put in the time and work, you can do it that way. However, you could log with the DynoJet software. Like I said, I just don't know how you would keep your laptop up and running to record those runs with the lead going to your wideband and all that. It's just kind of ridiculous, really. That's where a car comes in. You can throw your laptop in the seat and log all your stuff. So anyway, I got the job done. It was kind of crude and kind of time consuming. Had to do, you know, numerous pulls. I had to pull over and write shit down on paper and video what I could. But anyway, this video really has no point other than to say that I did tune with the Innovate. My AFRs are on point. The bike is much, much smoother. Much smoother. It is fast. I don't know if I put it on the gram or not, but I did do some draggy times. This bike was averaging about 60 to 130s. We're about 4.9. Some of that is obviously me. That's starting in second gear. First gear, this is a stock wheelbase bike. It just comes up on the back tire. It is a little faster. You have to control the throttle a little bit if you come on first, but still you're averaging 4.8s, 4.9s, 60 to 130. And now with the tune, I'm getting 4.7s whenever the hell I want it. I mean, it's just there. So, I mean, I know some jackass thinks that that's not a big deal, right? But that's just the smoothness of it, and that's you looking at my license plate when we go down the street. Believe it or not, and there's not gonna be a damn thing you do about it if you don't tune your bike. So I was looking for ways to do some weight reduction on this bad boy. Gonna have to pull my scale out and start measuring shit, weighing shit, see what I can take off that I don't need, but I ain't removing brakes and all that because I'm not just a roll racer. However, period, the bike is faster, it sounds good, I'm very pleased with it. So we will do the obligatory She must be in first. too loud. I have to say, too, about this exhaust, it needed some breaking in. It sounded kind of tinny and metallic, where the Kaufman's was very that woom, woom, that nice cross-plane sound that just, and I feel like I lost that when I got this muffler, but now that I have, shit, I don't know how many miles on this muffler, 700-800 now. It's broke in. Hopefully you can tell without audio. I'm using a good mic. It sounds good. It's bassy. Definitely a performance game over the Kaufman's. Kind of surprising on the top end. It's very good. So this bike is way faster than last time that I ever got to try to put the smack down on somebody. So it's coming. Whoever's out there, y'all want to do some pulls? Shit. Hit your boy up. 901 will come to you, or y'all come to the 901 and we do some of this Street King stuff. If not, probably going back down to the DALLAS. Some of my boys down there. Florida. Who you got? I know there's a lot of bikes faster than mine, but a 20R1 stock wheelbase, she in there. We're gonna have it down in the 4.5s. As soon as this tune Flash is available, I will be getting the Flash. Thinking about going E85. For real. So I'd like to have over 200 at the tire. I think E85 would be the way to go. So anyway, holla at me. What you think about that? If any of y'all got some comments about this Innovate wideband, be sure to let me know, and let me know what you think about my manufacturing here. Easy way to do it, very cheap and effective. So I may come back and do another video just on the Dyno Jet so you guys can see the map, but hey, the blue Falcon, as she's so lovely known, is ready for some action. That's going to be it for today. Just a little show. And we out here in these streets, y'all. So come get some. Let your boy know what's up. Come on back, 901 Street Kings. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't, oh well, I ain't getting paid anyway. Y'all have a good one. Peace.